This is a Podfire production.
It's the highest of standards, on the peak we have landed. It's not silver, it's not gold, you want the best, take advantage. Go platinum. You know you wanna do it. Go platinum, you know you wanna do it. Go platinum.
So, g'day guys, Brett McCallum, CEO of Platinum Standard Grading here today, back from the Nationals, back from a big trip around the US. I've left Christopher over there. He's actually now gone to Birmingham for the Commonwealth Games. We'll talk about that a bit more in a minute.
Work trip.
Work trip. To my right here, we have Pugs, our chief cardiologist, is in the house and has been holding the seat in the factory down while we're away. And then today we've got a very special guest on the end over here. His name is Robert, or Rob, or Big Rob.
Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob.
Yeah, Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle.
All of the above.
Mary's your auntie. And Rob's here from Local Card Shop, and which is a thriving new business that's based in Bris Vegas in Queensland. And we're going to talk a bit more about that. And Horse Cards, how special is he? He's very special.
Pretty special.
Yeah, GC Card Shark's on and Crucial Cards is on. Welcome, guys. How are we?
Absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely
Great.
brilliant.
Yeah, good to be back.
Living the dream. Living the dream. Good to see you back too.
Thank you very much. All the positivity in the house is really really nice.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that's
so
what
when
it's
Chris is here, he's a grumpy bastard, and we get negativity. So
about. Now he's a grumpy bastard in the UK.
How angry will he be?
Hopefully he doesn't see this.
He will.
Oh dear.
How angry will he be though? Because it's very hot over there. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you a story.
25
Let me
degrees.
tell you a little story, right? So we went to Vegas, we went to Utah, we went to New York City, Atlantic City, back to New York City. I then Chris jumped on a plane to go to the UK, and we traveled business class everywhere we went, except for Chris to the UK. And so Chris got on a 6-hour flight in economy. I believe he was in the middle seat, so that's even funnier.
He doesn't do economy, does he?
Oh, he just doesn't do planes. He hates it.
Yeah.
And so to add to the story, we're flying into New York City, and the guy comes over on the thing, and he goes, "Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen." Obviously, had an American accent. He goes, "Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I just have to let you know that we're going to have to make a diversion." He said, "There's a big storm coming over New York City," and Chris is sitting 2 rows behind me, right? And he goes, "There's a big storm coming over here, and we're about to run out of fuel." No shit. The airport dude, the pilot, that's him.
Isn't that the
Why would they
premise
say
of a
that?
Die Hard movie?
Oh, mate, and he goes, "We're just about to run out of fuel." So what we're thinking, not doing, what we're thinking is we're going to pull into Philadelphia and we'll just land on a tarmac. They'll give us some fuel and then we're good to go. Everyone on the plane just goes,
They'd panic.
"What the fuck? Did he just say we're running out of fuel?" He then comes back on and goes, "Oh, it looks like the storm event's going to take about an hour. We don't have an hour's worth of fuel. So what we're going to do is so he's gone back. Obviously he's realised what he's just said. So we land in Philly. We stayed in the plane and just sat there. And the lady gets on and goes, "So we're currently in Philadelphia. If anyone wants to get off, you can't get your bags from underneath, but you're welcome to get off the plane."
And what do you do when you get off?
Well, you can go out wherever you want to go. Like if you're going maybe New York down to Philly or whatever,
Okay.
Hey, here's an early mark, jump off the plane. And we're all sitting there going, oh. I've stood up and turned around to look at Chris because, like, obviously he's not a very good flyer. He freaks out a little bit. And he's just sitting there going, did I just say we'll run out of fuel? So that was the last flight. We then flew into Newark, and the guy that was supposed to be picking us up, we got on the phone to him and he says, "No, mate, you missed your ride." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "No, it said your plane had landed. Oh, I hung around for 2 hours, and so therefore I'm not picking you up." And it's like, mate, we landed in Philadelphia. That's why I said we landed.
It's been quite the effort to get here.
I can't do anything about it. Sorry. So we're then stuck at Newark Airport. We jump in a cab and it's all good. Moving on. The next flight he catches after the no fuel flight is the one to the UK in economy in a middle seat.
Nice.
So he got there, just to let you know, he got there safe and sound, grumpier than normal, which is.
I did see him
That's quite
doing some
grumpy.
driving on an F1 simulator.
Oh, there you go. We must be a little
So-
happier now.
He would be very happy with
That's
that.
awesome.
Him and
So
Smokes.
Chris is actually over there representing Media 8 in a position with the Gold Coast City Council to have a look at the Birmingham games and have a look at some big announcements. We can't make yet, but we will shortly.
Awesome.
What Media 8's up to in regards to esports and that sort of stuff. So in regards to he's over there and he goes to a function yesterday, everyone's in suits and ties. He rocks up in shorts and a T-shirt.
You're probably lucky you wore that. To
Good
be
old
honest.
Chris.
I'm glad he wore that.
Yeah, that's
because
Did he have thongs on or did he have extra?
I would have had shoes because they would have matched his hat.
hat. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, exactly. But actually, the picture I saw, he wasn't wearing a hat, so he was being very.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
probably his
yeah.
formal wear is take the hat off.
That's actually a good point.
That's his formal wear.
Let's get formal, take the hat. But anyway, that's my little story for the start of this. There's lots of these to go throughout
That's
the
great.
podcast. But Rob, welcome. This is your
Thank you.
first podcast on PSG. You've
Yeah,
become one
absolutely.
of our submission partners about a month ago now.
Yep.
What I really want to know, do you just want to give the viewing audience who you are, what you do, what local card shop is, and what the thesis is?
Yeah, so local card shop is obviously a new card shop in Brisbane at Woolloongabba, 175 metres from the gate to entrance, which is something that Big Rob loves because it means it's only 175 metres to walk to the game after work.
Nice.
So, but so what we're trying to do
I
is,
like the closing time on game day, though.
yeah, whenever
Yeah.
the bounce is.
Just before the bounce.
Just before the bounce. I've worked it out. I need 12 minutes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, if my old man comes to the game, it's 14 minutes. He walks a little slower.
Fair
But
enough.
yeah, so what we're trying to I guess grow there is a bit of the card community back again.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Because there's nothing else in the centre of Brisbane, is there?
no, there's nothing that specialises in sports cards.
Mhm.
You know, you've got your Pokemon and all that kind of stuff, which you know is obviously very popular,
Yep.
and we do all that as well. But you know, we've got an area there with a few tables, and you know, we encourage people to come down and have a chat, talk cards, crack cards, trade cards with someone else that's there. Got a few big screens with some sports
Sport
on.
happening.
Yep,
Yeah.
sports and yeah, it's
So it's like Rob's
going-
heaven, really.
I think it's like any card collector's heaven, to be
Yeah,
honest.
legit.
You know, we've got every type of trading card in there, from military trading cards to Desert Storm, with the chewing gum still intact. But we do get people to sign a waiver if they buy
Have you
that.
tried it?
No way.
Why not?
What would it take you
You haven't lived.
to try it?
What would it take me? Is that a dare?
I'm thinking it's a dare.
Oh shit!
What do you reckon, Pugs?
I
Dare?
could, I
Double
could,
dare?
I could
reckon
go
you
live
should
from.
do it.
I could
We can
go
do it
live
live.
from the shop.
I'll tell you what, next week on
I'll
the
bring a packet of
podcast-
Desert Storm cards in
Yeah,
because it's got to be a fresh piece of chewing gum.
yeah, but you're the only one that's need it. Actually, we could all do it. So who dies
Let's
first?
do it.
Live on air.
Live on air. Oh, I can pop in next week. That's okay.
Yeah, can we do
Um,
that? That's
yeah.
a challenge for you.
So anyway, we go from there. We go from military cards all the way through to your traditional, like lots of NBA, NFL. Soccer is very popular at the moment.
Mate, in the US, it was massive.
Yeah, look, very
Yeah, I saw
popular
that.
here as well. Tops do some amazing releases from different leagues around the world. Scottish Premier League. Shout out to Ian, who comes in and explains all the Scottish Premier League things to me.
Bundesliga. I saw one of them the other day.
Yeah, there's that
Yeah.
as well.
Champions League.
Champions League, all those
EPL.
ones. But we also a strong speciality in the Australian sports as well. So NRL, which has got a new release coming out, and I think we're going to talk later about the new AFL release as well.
Well, we're going to talk about it because you're that pissed off about it that you were actually.
I'm not pissed off at it at all. I'm just Australia Post.
Okay, well, it's a straight post. We're
Yeah,
pissed off at.
yeah. Australia
Aren't we
Post.
always?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I know. 2
100%.
days sitting at Melbourne Airport, no further scans, and I'm watching everyone open these brand new boxes of an amazing
Just think
product.
the one-on-ones are in yours.
I don't. That's the thing. That's the thing that drives me is that the cards won't change that are in those boxes.
Exactly.
It's just
Yeah,
gonna
that's
take a
that's
little
good
bit.
point, actually.
Yeah, a bit longer to get to me, but that's cool. No, because it is an amazing product,
Yeah.
and I know you guys are.
I think it's the best Australian product.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Brilliance.
Yeah.
Brilliance and supremacy.
Supremacy
are the
is
two,
up there, yeah.
but like they're marketed as the high end and the highest of high end products. Brilliance is along for those that collected NBA cards, your Lux, your metal boarded Lux cards. That's what
As long as
Brilliance
it's not
is.
flux because they're shit house.
No, Flux are all right.
Oh, I hate them.
Yeah,
They're the yellow ones.
They're the
yeah.
off-color looking
good
ones.
good
Yeah.
deals on Flux at local card shops.
No free ads, but we just had one.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But yeah, and supremacy is more along your flawless and that kind of
Oh, like
Yeah,
NT
100
and all that kind of thing.
NT the 130 point cards. So, but Brilliance, in my mind, I think Brilliance is they just nail that product. It's
What's the one where they have the? I think it's Color Blast with the
the Spectrum?
and they do it in the US as well for like the big flash of
Colour Blast.
colour. That's
Yeah.
Colour Blast, yeah.
Yeah.
So, factual point: Tyson Beck invented the Colour Blast card 5 years ago, and then they stole his design for the NBA cards.
And then the AFL,
And the AFL
stole the
the
design
NBA.
for the NBA.
But that was originally a card that was done 5 years ago by Tyson Beck. I know that because I had breakfast with him.
Yeah.
We'll go into that later.
Name drop number one.
Yeah.
Hang on,
Number
there's
one.
tickets. Pick it up. That's it. So, g'day to Collector Smith, Gunza, G, I'm going to say Darker Doom, Foil Fantastics, and Penguin Cards AU. Oh, and Hitman Cards. G'day, guys. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate the support.
Collector Smith is actually a new submission partner.
There you go.
So go check him out.
Thanks very much for that.
You joined a good group.
Thanks. So, one question I do have for you, Rob. You about a month ago, you became a submission partner, and they're slowly coming in as people learn about it. And I know it's interesting. People ask me, where should I drop my cards? Well, where are you located? The whole idea of the Collection Partner Network is that that you guys can submission partner network is that you guys can submit on behalf of other people. They also get obviously the cheaper prices and all that sort of stuff. What's the best card so far that someone's dropped into a local card shop in Brisbane for a submission?
Well, last week we had a guy come in and dropped in a pile of Pokemon and Marvel.
Yep.
And look, I don't know a lot about Marvel cards, but there was 2 cards in there that just blew me away. And it was actually an honour to hold them. One was a parallel Silver Surfer Marvel card, and it was a silver Surfer card.
Like a chromey card.
Yeah, and it just looked awesome, that card. And I don't know if it's worth much money or anything like that, but and I know in the PSG slab that card is going to pop. And the other one was a Marvel sketch card, 101 sketch card.
Oh, I love the sketch cards.
Yeah.
Bang.
So
A 101
Of who though?
some old mate.
Oh yeah, I love old mate's cool.
I don't know. I was more.
He's my favourite Marvel character.
Yeah. We always
I
get
think it
sketch
might have
cards
been.
from Big
Actually, I
Boss.
think it's Thor.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it was.
He's
Thor
not old,
one.
mate. He's a superstar.
Yeah.
He's like a.
He's
Doesn't he live down the
He
road?
lives down
He
in
does.
Byron.
Not far
Yeah.
down the road.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. So they're the
They're the ones. And a Brad Fittler rookie card
in good nick.
in great nick.
Really?
Yep. So if I could maybe talk to the graders later on and
We should have a great,
I know a grader. He's one
Great.
sat next to you.
great Nick. That should
Great
be one
Nick.
of our like pristine or
GN.
great Nick.
Great. This one only scored a 6, but fuck, it's in great nick.
yeah. See, it's always about evolving, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't
I
have
love
to be
it.
like everybody else.
So welcome back, Pugs.
Hey.
You've been off on an extreme weight loss campaign.
it was great.
You've been a bit crook, mate. You
I
feeling better
recommend it
now?
for everybody. Yeah, I feel great. Yeah, just trying to get adjusted to the whole new everything I
lifestyle,
have
mate.
to do.
Yeah, but you're up for the podcast. You're back grading cards.
Yes, sir.
What's the best thing you've seen come through since you've been back? Anything exciting?
There's been heaps of MJ cards.
Oh, is it?
So there's been some really good inserts. Scoring magnet. There's been some scoring kings of Patrick Ewing and Shaquille O'Neal, which are always good cards.
Yeah.
And Ja Morant auto. Was it Ja Morant? Yeah, Ja Morant autograph.
Yeah, that
was
one
amazing.
Stash showed me that.
Amazing.
One.
Yeah. Oh, it was jersey numbered as well. It was
Oh, wow.
amazing. Yeah. So
Well, as you know, I've just come back from the National. Or if you didn't know, I and Chris went to the National. We obviously went to Vegas for the basketball at the start. But we're going to talk about the National today because 3 of the probably most surreal experiences ever happened to me at this place. And as everyone who knows me and doesn't know me should know me, Gary Vaynerchuk Gary V is one of my mentors and one of the people in life that I look up to.
Name drop number 2 coming.
Number 2. So Gary, my mate. No, a couple of things that we did is we found out that Gary was going to be at the National with his V Friends stuff that he does. But what we thought it was going to be was like an appearance. Nah, Gary and his whole team, including D-Rock and all those, were actually working one of the stalls.
yeah, that's awesome.
And so you go up, I didn't even know where it was, and we turned around and Chris actually said to me, he goes, "There's your boyfriend." And it was, Gary V was working behind the counter, like just serving people, "Oh, thanks, mate." And people were like getting a couple of selfies, but then they put up a sign saying you can't get anything signed or photos or anything until 5 o'clock, I think it was. But anyway, I met him at 5 o'clock, and Platinum Standard Grading now officially has a signed
Whoop, whoop.
Gary V PSG hat,
That's amazing.
which we were pretty excited about. At the same time, what we were doing whilst we were there was we were going up to people and giving away some of our slabs, right? So we picked Pat McAfee because Pat McAfee's one of the guys that I follow as well.
Just won the Super Bowl.
And
Name drop number 3.
I didn't meet Pat though. I was a bit dirty. Yeah, so take that one back.
Okay.
We're still at 2,
2.5.
right? 2. But the thing with it is that the card that we did, everyone said to us, and that's the Pat. We'll put it up there a bit closer later. But the Pat McAfee card, they goes, do you match colours for the slabs? And I'm sitting there going, no, I didn't even realise that it actually looked like we did. And our whole thing, and we've got a whole pile of this on video, which will come out in content when Chris gets back. And what that was, what do you think of the slab? We literally just went, what do you think of the slab? And they go, what do you mean? I said, we're a grading company from Australia. We just want some feedback. That's all we're here for is some feedback. And they go, wow, I love it. It's like I like how thin it is. Love the grades on the back. We then they scan the QR code. Love the report and everything that come out on that.
Awesome.
And the thing with it is we had positive feedback off everyone. I then, when I got that autograph done, gave one to Gary V.
Hey.
Ooh.
And I said to him, here's your mate Pat. Because the reason I found Pat McAfee was Gary was on his podcast. And he's going, wow, mate, that's awesome. Don't know if I got that on video. But that's awesome. And he liked it, put it in his pocket and moved on with life. But I then said to him, I actually met you 3 years ago in Brisbane. He goes, I vividly remember that moment. I went, yeah, fuck off. And he goes, no, you had a Jets hat. You had a white pen that didn't work on the Jets hat. And I got the black pen and signed the thing. And I was going,
That's sick.
Holy moly.
Yeah, he was your
name drop number
he's
3.
your mate.
Yeah.
He's my bud.
Yeah.
Gary
anyway,
V. Gary V. was name
Gary
dropping
V.
you.
Yeah, that'd be Gary V. So we might hashtag that in this. But anyway, the next day,
definitely.
we walk around and the National's fucking enormous. Like this thing was ridiculous. And we've gone to this stall and Chris goes, there's your boyfriend. It's like, what the fuck? And we're actually right in front of their stall. My back was to them. And I've gone around. I said, I want to really look at these V-friend cards because they're weird as fuck.
Yep.
These ones were actually hand drawn by Gary V.
Yeah.
Right? So there was a series, I think it was series 1. And I'm looking there and I've gone, okay, I'll buy one. I need to have to buy one. So Gary served me while I bought it. And he goes, do you want to keep it clean or do you want me to sign it? Well, fucking sign it, champ. So he signed it. So that took that $200 card instantly to $1,000.
Wow.
Isn't that ridiculous though? And it's a monkey.
It's so cool though. It's actually really, really cool.
Make sure we get this one up on the socials, I think.
Yes.
We'll put that up there for
'Cause
sure.
that one is a classic.
That's beautiful.
So that was name drop number 2. Let's start
We'll
with
stay at
2.
2.
We'll stay
Well,
at
you
2.
said it a couple times, so
I didn't
let's
say
just
what
say
else.
5.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a really big highlight for me is actually meeting this guy. We also got to meet sports card investor.
What's his name? Jeff.
Jeff, yeah.
Jeff,
We
yeah.
got to meet Jeff.
And
He
I saw-
actually got some feedback on the slab as well
Oh wow.
from that. Collector 2.
Card collector too. Yeah, Ryan.
collector
I saw
too.
you messaged him, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, so
he replied back.
Ryan's actually going to come on this podcast hopefully next week or the week after.
Wow.
So that'll be pretty cool.
That's sick.
So what am I at 4 now? I'm just dropping names. I'm just fucking throwing names out. No, but the thing with these people is they were card collectors.
Yeah, straight up.
And that's where I'm trying to go is the fact that, yeah, they're all these celebrities. Like Chris was going, oh, that's that bloke off TikTok or that's that bloke off. Well, I've never fucking seen those blokes in my life. But they're massive. Like
Yeah.
and the card kid or the kid, some kid that was 12 is now not 12 anymore. But he was getting photos. All these people are lining up, get photos with these people. But they're all just card collectors.
They're all like YouTube.
Then there
people.
was Golden.
Oh.
He walked past me.
Oh wow.
Didn't even say hello.
Isn't he Omar's mate?
Don't know.
Everyone's Omar's mate.
We did meet
He gets-
Slabstrong,
he
the
slides
dude
in
with the big
everyone's
hat.
DMs.
Yep.
He's going to come on the potty.
He's Omar's mate.
He's Omar's, mate.
Yeah,
That's how we
definitely.
met him. We actually
Yeah.
gave him one of Omar's cards, the one-on-one cards with
cool.
a piece out of his hat.
Oh, yeah.
Mate, they were so stoked. They were really,
That's
really
sick.
happy with that. But anyway, some of the other pickups I got while we were away. Mark Cuban,
Hey.
a little bit of a bit of. We saw him at the basketball
Summer League.
at Summer League in Vegas. That was a big highlight. I got a wicked Zion.
Oh, bro, that's amazing.
It's one of those metal cards. What are they called? Simply Stainless or something. We got that from someone in Utah. I forget their names now. That's really bad of me. That's so bad.
Can't
of me.
name drop.
Coffee and
No,
cards.
no, they're another one. Jeff Fennick.
Cards and coffee.
That was really good. That was at the National. That's a Jeff Fennick order, and they had a whole pile of Don Bradman and a whole pile of
wow.
other stuff. These guys. That was really cool.
Bradman's one that, from an Australian point of view,
Mm.
because obviously that's my passion is
Yeah.
Australian cards. the American market on Don Bradman has just gone berserk.
Oh,
Really?
Berserk. Cards that were $10 and $15 cards here 12 months ago are fetching $300, $400, $500 over in
So
the
I
States
should sell
now.
my Bradman auto.
Your Bradman Auto probably would go quite well.
No, you
But,
got to keep that.
The rookie card, his rookie cigarette cards are the ones that they are, because it's the American rookie card syndrome.
Yeah, of course.
And they are clamouring to get
We
hold
got
of
a
these
couple
things.
And do you know why? I can tell you why.
Go on.
Because in the US alone, in Utah, there's 140 cricket teams
140.
in Utah. Because what's happened is there's been a massive influx of Indians because of the tech influx and Silicon Slopes, which we had a really good meeting with those guys down that way. And yeah, they were saying that there's so many Indians there now that they've actually created cricket leagues and all this sort of stuff. And so cricket's becoming massive in the US.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And that's like buddy of the show, Joe Burns.
Yeah.
It's number 5, number 6.
Number 5, 6.
Another drop. Just pick up the
Loving
tickets.
it. Loving it.
Yeah, well, Joe Burns is doing a stint in Atlanta, I believe. He was going to go and do some cricket over there, like the Atlanta IPL type thing.
Well, the Indian connection that you mentioned makes sense because the other card that's blown up over there is a base card out of a 1996 set here in Australia of the first card of Sachin Tendulkar.
There you
So
go.
that makes that bringing the Indian component into it makes a lot of sense.
The 96 Futura.
Yep.
I got one of them at home. I got
The
like a set.
Tendulkar.
Yeah, I got.
I'll tell you, I'll bring it in. I'll look after it for you. So the other thing we did is everyone. I'm obsessed with PSA ones.
I love it.
Like just the fact that they got graded. That someone sent them in. I've now got SGC ones.
Yeah, they're cool though. SGC. Cool.
And there's a mix, but
You know, a card's going well to get a one, isn't it?
100%. They were.
It's all right if they're.
But
like
but if you
50
look at
years
this,
old.
and there's a question for you, Pugs. You're a cardologist. Me looking at this, I reckon it's about a 3 or a 4, but they've given it a 1. What do you reckon?
Could just have.
Give us one.
I need my glasses these days. Depends on if there's a crease or.
Well, Mickey Mantle's
stain
been
in it.
folded down the middle.
That one is, yeah, I get that. But that card that Pugs has got, this one's got a fold in
It's
it.
ain't too bad.
There's no fold on the back though. I was expecting to see something really nasty on the back.
Surely your graders just looking and go, look, save my time. Let's just give this a 1.
Well, this surface is
Shit.
pretty shot. Corners are a bit dull, but
Yeah, but is
yeah,
it
one
one
seems
worthy?
pretty extreme.
It does. It seems harsh, doesn't it?
This
But
is
it means
a
you would have
close-
got it cheaper, so that's all right.
No,
No.
not really. It's Mickey Mantle. Mate, Mickey Mantle was going off chops
10
in
years,
Nationals.
10 years since his rookie though.
It's yeah, it was pretty insane. Well, I bought my Mickey Mantle T-shirt that I've got. The amount of comments I had, it was unbelievable.
That card was going nuts over there though.
Oh, mate, well, they
Especially
reckon.
with that 9.5 SGC.
Well, there's a 10. We saw the
Yeah,
10.
PSA 10.
The 10 was it was like, not for sale at all, but they reckon it's worth $25 million,
Yeah,
right?
that's nuts.
The 9.5, which is either up for auction or going up for auction, they reckon is going to get $10 million, first $10 million car. And Dr. Cardoom, sorry if I got that wrong, cricket has the second most fans of any sport in the world. Get the Indian card market going, and the upside is crazy.
Yeah.
Very true, very true. And welcome all the other people that have just joined us. There's a long line, so apologies for the delays. And my 3 favourite cards
Yep.
Yes.
right, that I got, there's actually one that's not with me that has had the most feedback online, and that is a signed Chevy Chase Fletch card,
So cool.
which I didn't believe a lot of these youngsters knew what Fletch was. But I'm going to do this in order, I reckon. So
Okay.
we go on the big fella, Andre the Giant.
That's wicked.
Beautiful.
Love
What
it,
did that
Andre.
get? Got an 8.
That was an 8. Yeah, it was actually good nick
Pretty
for the
sweet.
1987 Andre card.
Yep.
We got a Ron Burgundy Anchorman card. This was at the day where Chris and I
what to
said,
do with my hands.
this is where Chris and I said, let's go and find the most random shit we could buy. And I won, Ron Burgundy.
Ron Burger.
I think
good
that's
day.
cool.
Fantastic.
Like giving yourselves a little challenge.
Oh, it was great. It was like a lot of these guys doing penny challenges where they start with 1 cent, buy one card, then they up it and up it. I think one got to $5.5 grand.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, here we go.
Number 1.
You can announce what it is, mate. Read the back. Read the back first. Oh, actually, you can't.
Such a-
You need your glasses.
That's all right.
It's a big announcement, this one.
Alrighty, I'll read the back. It's like, always a pair for doing things in style. Justin and fellow Canadian singer Drake shared a ride to the 21st annual Much Music Video Awards in a Maybach, a German luxury car. So it's
It's Drake's rookie card.
Justin Bieber from 2010 Panini. That's amazing.
So it is a Justin Bieber and Drake rookie card.
That's so cool.
Justin Bieber and Drake.
But what I did find, and I have upstairs, is Justin Bieber's rookie card. I got Justin Bieber's first ever song that he did live or something, rookie
true.
card. And Chris is there going, why the fuck
your
are you
PC.
buying Justin Bieber? And just to say, Justin Bieber is not my PC.
We got two now.
I've got 6 of them, but
There
that's
are-
fine.
there is a Justin Bieber set
He
just
is
for
the
himself alone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's what
so-
that's from.
that's
From that one.
Panini Justin Bieber is the name of the set.
Oh, you're joking. That's great. I never thought I'd know anyone that owned a card from that set.
I have a
And
few
now
of
I do.
them. There's,
Now I
there's
do.
one other card that I got when I was away.
It's his secret PC.
It is his secret piece.
Oh, shut up. Anyway, it might be.
Baby, baby.
You know the words to the song. That's even
That's it.
worse.
It's the same word.
Yeah,
over and over.
exactly.
Oh, that's right. He's a very intelligent human. I did buy one other card, and Rob, I've already given this to you earlier
Yeah.
to go with the jersey that I bought you because, fuck, I'm just a really nice bloke.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and giggled because it said Sanchez, and I first thought of Dirty Sanchez because I thought that was amusing.
Yep.
I thought, I've got to buy that for Rob. And then we saw the rookie card as well. Can you tell me about this bloke, mate?
Mark Sanchez. So
Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez is one of 2 players that are being crossover PCs for me.
Yep.
Because I PC the New York Jets.
Go the Jets.
Go the Jets. And I also PC USC Trojans. And so he's a Trojan that became a Jet.
Yep.
There you go.
And
Is there many?
there's a few. Sam Darnold
Uh-huh.
is the same. And Leonard Williams.
See
So-
this knowledge you can get if you go to local card shop in Brisbane.
This is true.
This is just fonts of knowledge of
But
sport.
the other massive PC of mine, which he actually falls into, is quarterbacks that went to the Jets and now are screwed. So pretty much
That's a very long line.
That is a long line of quarterbacks. I have got more $1 autograph Jets quarterback cards than any single person would ever have. So
What is a question there? Jets trivia question. What was the name of the Aussie that became the punter at the Jets?
mate, I've got an autograph card of his. Ben Graham.
I wanted jersey. I reckon it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
The card I've got that he autographed, if my name was Ike, would be worth
So
heaps,
much more.
So much more.
That's
So it
like the
says-
Pat McAfee one I got upstairs. I wish my
Can you
name
turn
was,
it into Rob?
was
Probably
Jared.
not. Yeah, exactly.
To Jared. Love
But
Pat McAfee.
But I saw this Ben Graham, because the other thing I love with cards is kickers,
Yep.
because there's very few.
100%.
So it's cool to get a kickers card. And there was a card with 3 kickers on it, and Ben Graham was one of them, and it cost me $2.24 US.
And he was the third kicker too, wasn't he, at the time?
I think so. Yeah.
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 It's funny because one thing that Gary V, have I mentioned him yet?
Yeah.
He's a massive
I don't
Jets
think so.
fan. And every
He's
year...
going to buy the Jets one day, isn't he?
He is. That's his mission in life. But
That'd be
awesome.
every year, what he does is whoever's the last man on the roster. So is it 55? I think?
55 or 52?
Yeah.
50 something.
Whatever the last man on the roster, he gets their jersey made, and that's what he wears to all the games.
So that's cool.
So they probably never get a run. But the thing
That's
is,
cool,
he's making them famous by actually
Yeah.
doing that. I love that sort of stuff.
I've got a similar
Random
one
shit.
with the Brisbane Lions.
Yeah.
So they always sell their jerseys each year.
Mhm.
I just get the number 42.
Every time.
I don't care who it is. I
Love
wear
it.
the number 42. So anyone who's ever read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy will understand a little bit about the number 42 because it's the answer to everything. And that's how I
42.
picked it. So that's how I picked it when I played my junior footy. I wore 42.
Nice.
Love it.
So, yeah.
Did you ever
like
play
that.
footy
That's
pugs?
Which footy are you talking about?
AFL or league?
I played AFL in like primary school.
Did you?
Yeah, but my mum was like fully against it. There'll be too many injuries. So
Yeah, I got that.
And
I played
and now he-
basketball.
Now he
I
hobbles
played
around.
basketball, and now that's screwed me for life. So,
Thanks, Mum.
yeah.
No head injuries, though. So,
I've had
Maybe
a
she
few
had a point.
concussions
oh, okay, cool.
because I could jump real high, and people ankle tap you because they're douchebags. And
So how tall are you,
yeah.
pugs?
5'9".
5'9". You could dunk back in the day.
Yeah, I've seen that
I
video.
could still touch the ring. I touched the ring yesterday. My knee's hurting because of it, but at my
Worth
at my son's basketball training yesterday, I was like, "Oh, I'll give it a shot." And
Could still go
still
there.
touch it.
So
yeah.
where's that bounce come from? The quads?
I have no idea.
Is it somewhere? Is it like a history of sort of?
I've just always jumped. I could touch the backboard in grade 6.
That's
So-
massive.
Holy heck.
Yeah, so
That's massive.
it's just.
I'd
always
still
been
need a
able to
ladder.
jump.
Yeah, me too, mate. I got the net once. At my peak.
And then got your fingers caught in it.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm in a
don't
little
talk
bit of
about-
trouble.
I used to have an eyebrow ring, and I got that caught in the net once, and it ripped out.
I got.
Good
I
times.
coached basketball just before we went away. There was that tournament where we got beat by 30 in every game, but that's a different story. And one of the kids, I said, "Dunk it, you'll be right, mate." Yeah, in warm-ups, and he got his finger stuck in the net,
Oh,
right?
no.
Oh, no.
And it just doinked. It's gone a little bit sideways. I thought, I'll pop it back in. Mate. Now learnt that he's probably got no feeling left in his finger.
Oh,
Not funny. And that,
Dr. Brett.
the Brett should not be a doctor. Or maybe a basketball coach.
Oh,
No, I think you do it right as basketball coach.
Yeah, we do.
Just
we go,
not the doctor.
Just don't do
Yeah.
the doctor bit. But yeah, so anyway. And big news on the Gold Coast. Gold Coast Rollers are obviously on top of the league at the
Yes.
at the NBL 1. They're playing this weekend, I think, for a spot in the grand final, or it is the grand final. I'm
That's
not sure
amazing.
which one, which is pretty awesome. But even bigger news. Are you ready?
ready.
The Gold Coast Tropics is real.
The Gold Coast Tropics is real.
Is real.
It's real.
GCtropics.com.
Ron Burgundy.
GCtropics.com.
What?
If you go to that website and you
Is that it?
register, we want as many people as we can to actually register on there to say they want the NBL back on the Gold Coast.
That's sick.
So it's we've started it as of today. Platinum Standard Grading is the major sponsor, and GC Tropics is a real thing. So
The
So it's
submission-
.com or .com.au or just .com?
just .com.
All right,
Just
beautiful.
.com, yeah.
Good to know.
So if we can get everyone on there,
Do it
and
now.
and we can do that. So
And that- what-
up the tropics. Let's go tropical. It's
What
all
was
there.
it? What was the web address again?
www.gctropics.com.
Rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
It does.
It does.
And the
Gold Coast
uniforms
Tropics, I
are
love it.
the uniforms look familiar. They may be a 30% colour change just because
Yes.
that's for legal reasons. But
Add a wave on there. And
Have you got a picture of one of the guys that played in the Tropics?
we do. We can put that up on the
Got a-
socials.
Got a Ron
Just on
Burgundy.
your-
Oh,
yeah.
yes, he's here.
Oh, your desk there.
He's here. Boom.
Oh,
He
Jackie
will be the
Moon.
official
Jackie Moon.
Jackie Moon. I bought.
Bro, I hope there's a player whose last name is Moon. that
Oh, there will
plays.
be.
We'll just get
100%.
one
We'll just
changed.
change their name.
Yeah, change their name.
Quite deep, Paul.
Do submission partners get cheap tickets to the games?
They will. 100%.
Excellent. All submission
100%.
partners are signing
Or
up
you
today.
just flash one of your slabs, you might get in.
Oh, wow.
True story. So yeah, there's a big project that's going on.
the
This is
ticket.
this is the other reason Chris is actually in the UK, as part of obviously PSG's the major sponsor of the Gold Coast Tropics, and that'll be no one will be wrestling a bear. Actually, Chris looks a bit like a bear. Someone could wrestle Chris, but what we're doing is we're trying to
Shout
get the
out to Chris.
NBL back on the Gold
Name drop.
Coast. We had yes, Chris's name dropped 37 times. I actually met with the commissioner of the NBL when I was in Las Vegas, and he said no.
Oh, cool.
So hence
So
the
this
reason.
is going well.
So hence the reason why the website's up, and we want to get as many people on there as possible. Bring NBL back to the Gold Coast. You look at the NBL 1 team is going to win the final.
Yep.
The other NBL 1 team did really well this year, and if you look at the support that basketball's got here on the Gold Coast, it's massive.
Well,
And to go with that, Bin Chicken Stadium, as it may be called in the future, is also in discussions with local council.
Yeah.
that's awesome. But I mean, on the basketball thing, I mean, 450 kids at a Josh Giddey training camp says
Yeah.
a lot, doesn't it?
It does, 100%. And
Well,
that,
just think of how many people have moved up here since COVID as well.
Yep.
From down south. They're all basketball or
basketball,
sport
AFL,
lovers, so-
sport lovers, 100%.
Exactly.
So what we look at, we need the proper facilities, we need a really good team, and at the same time is we need your support. Go to gctropics.com.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
Anyway, that was my free ad for the day.
Well, I better get on there after we do this podcast, eh?
You should, Rob. You should.
Yeah.
And if local card shop wants to open a shop in the stadium, near as long as there's GC Tropic stuff everywhere, then obviously everyone will be happy. That could be an option too.
Mate, just get us a shirt. We'll wear it at the local card shop.
Indeed, we'll do that. We'll do that. I actually bought one back for Rachel, who's my assistant, and I bought her back and she's going to unpick the word Flint and put in the Gold Coast, which it looks pretty good. But we'll put a picture of that up on the socials as well with the details and all that sort of stuff. And we've just got J Smith 60. We know where they're from. JCS have just registered. So thanks very much for that support. But
John's an absolute legend down at Carrara Market too.
He is, isn't he?
So shout out to John. Hello. And I know his good wife has. I was talking to her the other week, and she's travelled down to Illawarra. So hopefully she's
Ooh.
having a safe time down when they're with her family.
Lovely, lovely jubbly. I hear there's a bit of water going on down that way too now. It's going to rain lots and lots over the next couple of days.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, there's
it's
a lot
been
of-
raining down there for a fair bit too while you guys were away.
Mate, when we were in Las Vegas, 48 degrees, the next day it rained. I've never seen rain in Las Vegas. And I've been there a number of times, and it pissed down rain. And it was like, what's going on
What's
here?
that?
Since we left, it's been flooded.
Oh, wow.
Vegas.
Vegas is flooding.
I do remember seeing a story of it once where where there was water flowing down the strip.
Yeah.
There was that much rain, so it must be similar to Queensland. When it comes, it comes.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So that's all exciting. So what else is going on in the PSG? You've heard from me. Now I'm going to shut up. No, I'm not. That was a joke. What's going on in the PSG? Well,
Just lots of grading.
lots of
Getting quite a lot of submissions, which is really good. It's good to see. We've finished the Hobby Hangout submissions. We're ready to crack on to the next one. So
Well, I've got a bit of an idea. And I want your feedback on this, guys. Okay, so I want to give everyone at Hobby Hangout a free grade.
A free grade.
What do you reckon? So every single person that comes to Hobby
I'm just
Hangout,
going to go and get a flight down to Hobby Hangout myself. Yeah.
but everyone comes to Hobby Hangout in Melbourne, yeah? I want to give every single person a free grade. All they're going to have to pay for is the postage, 1 card per person, yeah? And we grade it for free. What do you reckon? Am I nuts?
yeah,
They're two different questions. Are you nuts, and is that a good idea?
Yeah,
I think it's a great idea. But
Look, from a local card shop point of view, just the feedback we get when people actually physically hold the slabs is amazing.
Well,
So-
that's the reason this has popped into my head during a very long flight back from New York, is the fact that same feedback we get off everyone, right, is unless you're, and I did have one here, it's over there, when you're holding the slab and you feel it and you try and break it, there's a guy online, I forget his name, he tries to snap every slab and he's got ours, he just couldn't get there, which I quite like. That's not a challenge.
I told you this morning what I did with the slab
Indeed.
for 2 days. Sat there trying to. I was working with Omar, who asked me to give some feedback on cigarette cards getting graded, and he was able to put it in a slab, and he asked me to move it, and I smashed that slab on the side of tables for 2 days.
You got some movement in the
I
end.
got some movement in the end, but it took 2 days, and I'm
but
talking.
you would have had to try
You
really
would've
hard.
given
To,
it a
I was giving it an absolute hiding.
Wow.
So
That's
so-
good news.
Yeah.
But that's what we want. Well, we want, and then what we want is everyone to feedback online, and it'll be something like hashtag PSG free grade. There we go.
Yep.
Let's make that up as we go along. But we're going to give everyone a free grade. All they got to do is pay for postage. One of the questions that got asked when I've only told this to one other person, so everyone's hearing this raw, was what happens if they want to do submissions on the day and that sort of stuff. It's like, that's fine. We'll give you your first card free. Yeah.
Yep.
And submit the rest and you still get the
So
deal.
that's that, because I remember in Sydney, one of the guys that I know down there submitted online before he got there.
He did.
So he pays for it online, but he'll get the first one free.
But he'll get the
So-
first one free. So I need to go and tell the people to take the payments that that's what we're doing as well. So, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. So
Excellent.
are we up for it?
yeah, I think we're up for it.
Let's do it.
If
So
there's-
let's do that.
If there's like 1,000 cards, it's gonna.
Well,
be,
hopefully.
we're gonna be busy.
But that's
It'll
good
be
for
good.
you.
Good.
It's sweet. Because
that-
I actually think it's a great idea. It means more people will actually have slabs
slab.
in their hand.
And what's the deal for Hobby Hangout people as well?
So it would be the same as we did at the last. However, the big change is we're not giving away gold. Not giving away gold cards this time.
Yep.
So all we are giving away free grading for life because that's our thing we do with
Platinum,
our
yeah.
platinum card. The big difference is you have to have submitted a card.
But it could be a free card.
It'll be a free card.
So really, you've done nothing.
You've done nothing except submitted a card, give us your
Hey,
and paid for the postage.
Yep.
So as long as people pay for postage, I'm happy, right? Because
Yep.
to me, I'll take the cop, I'll pay for it, but at the same time, you also then get going the submission. So I'd love to hear people's feedbacks on that. Queen of Cards Oz has just joined us, and Jay Smith 60 JCS are putting another batch in this
oh
Friday.
sweet!
Wow, that's awesome,
Currently
guys.
working on their other one right now.
You're going to
Thank-
be busy.
It is. It's fine.
You're gonna be even busier now because you know what? We're going to also do that in the next one in Brisbane and the next one in Sydney.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If,
Have you
Let's
just made that
do it.
decision?
I just made that decision.
why
So
not?
hopefully
love it.
Chris doesn't stab me in the heart when he gets back. And
Chris won't get back because he's now in the
And all
UK
the
medical system.
all the graders.
yeah, and you can break that to the other graders.
Yeah, I will. I'll
Okay.
be like, hey, guess what?
Guess what? Brent just did. Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
cool. So if they go online,
Yep,
there'll
there'll be an option to tick
so it's
one free
$20
card
per card if you submit at the something like that, isn't it?
at the Hobby Hangout.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 20.
So $20 a card. So you could effectively do 3 cards for $40 plus postage,
Yeah.
Because you get.
or
the
you
one
could
for
do
free.
6 cards for $100 plus.
Or you do
postage.
150 cards
Or-
and pay for 149.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
I,
just
can't,
do
I
it.
can't do the math. That's
No,
I just took the one off. But yeah, and we'll still do pre-submissions. We'll still do all
Yeah.
that. Liam, who's our BDM, he will be the one running with this. So he'll be the one that if anyone needs to yell at for whatever reason, that's Liam.
Yeah. He'll be
Liam
at the
at
show.
psgrading.net. So if you want to send him a shout out, that's fine too. I bet
Send him a shout out anyway because he did a great job on your podcast for a couple of weeks.
He
as
did. He
well.
was my stand-in.
Yep.
But I think he was up more like this because he's,
Well, he's got
a
such
longer
a long
neck.
neck. Yeah.
I don't have a neck, especially after 3 weeks in the US. A few more chins. But anyway,
Is that a name drop?
Or the
Did you
In and
say
Out
Gary as
burger.
well?
and stuff.
no, I didn't mention Gary Vaynerchuk.
No, Gary.
Oh, I tell you, we did meet him.
Oh, yeah.
Is Gary from DG?
Gary Chan.
Gary Chan.
The man.
Walking along. G'day, Gaz.
DG
How cool-
Collectibles.
How cool is he?
Oh, mate, he's one of
He's
the best.
one of the coolest
He
humans.
did stand me up for dinner, though. So when
He
we're
does
in
that.
Melbourne, dinner's on Gary.
He does that. I've
For
heard.
all of us.
For all of us.
Yeah.
I
I just made that up as well.
I remember I'm joining as well now.
So that's all part of the fun. Anyway,
Excellent.
so what else is going on in the grading world? Have we seen any of these new cards come in yet?
I haven't seen any.
Which
no.
ones? The AFL ones?
Yeah.
Well, they're only busted yesterday, and
Yeah, I
they
was gonna
actually
say,
don't
they
fit in the
only came
slabs. So,
That's a good point too. So just
do
actually,
not send them in.
let me put a caveat
Soon,
across
hopefully,
my
we get-
previous statement.
Yeah.
The cards have to be 35s.
35
to
or 55.
35, 55. So just make sure we'll add that as a
Hopefully that
as a
changes
condition.
soon.
Yeah, we'll
It's a
change
big
very
one.
soon. Actually, there's some news coming on that front. The new plastic is being plasticized.
I know from
I like
us
that.
AFL collectors, that will be some big news for us.
Even us NBA collectors.
But also we've now got. Did we show when I was away
booklets?
the booklet
Oh, heck yeah.
one touches?
Yeah,
they're pretty cool.
Local card shop in
Well,
association.
That's the place to get it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, in association with PSG.
Yep, is where they're being sold.
We brought them in and been selling a fair few of those. So
Awesome.
shout out to all the people that have actually referred people to the local card shop because that's
For
obvious-
those?
Yeah, for those ones.
I think we're the only ones in the country with them at the moment. I haven't seen many others.
I believe there's Select will be getting them in as well.
They haven't got them yet though.
Oh, because they've got booklets.
So
don't
come to
they?
local card shop to
Come
get
to
them
local-
because Select don't have shit yet.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have theirs yet, no. But they
The
will have
PSG's
it. But
better anyway.
ours is a pretty bloody good quality. I'm not going to lie to you.
Thanks very
Well, I
much.
probably would, but not on this.
So talk to me about this. There was some massive card drop. There's
Yep.
a bit of uproar around Australia Post because they're useless.
Oh, yeah, look, I mean,
But
the
what's the card? Where's it come from?
so Select, interestingly this
Australian
year,
company Select.
Australian company Select, yeah. Interestingly this year, normally their release schedule is Footy Stars, their Footy Stars Prestige. Then they go on to a Series 2, which I think last year was called Optimum.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have their big release, which is either Supremacy or Brilliance, which they seem to switch each year so that they
Oh, do
come
they?
out. Yeah, so they come out each 2
Why
years.
would they do that?
I think just not to flog a dead horse.
Okay.
Not a
So they're
dead
not
horse,
like
but-
Panini, just like
yeah, they
flooding
don't
the
want
market.
no, they don't want to flood the market with Supremacy year after
Yeah.
year, and then people get sick of it.
So it should be.
So
done.
again,
Can they pull Flux as well? Even though they've got nothing to do with it? I just fucking hate
well,
Flux.
they
Moving on.
Flux available at local card shop.
Cheap because
yeah.
they're shit. Sorry, moving on.
Yeah, the 101s are pretty nice though, but that's about it.
Flux.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
Are
no,
they?
no
I've
one,
never seen one.
they're actually really nice.
no 101s in Select because they don't do that. But Brilliance is an absolutely fantastic
So is
product.
Brilliance, are they numbered cards? Are they booklets? Are they,
Every
what are
single
they?
card is numbered. There's only one card per box.
Oh, wow.
They've got metal.
One card per box.
One card per box.
Are they
Wow.
sealed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're all encased. Yeah. So look, they have. I think it's 4 base cards, which are numbered to 50.
Okay.
Then they have one gold card, which is
Of
numbered
the
to 30.
same?
No.
Different
a
again?
different player.
Yep.
One per team, which is numbered to 35.
Oh, wow.
And then there is only 6 teams that are represented in an auto.
Oh wow.
But these autos, I was talking to someone yesterday and they said, oh, these guys are club legends. And I said, no, these guys aren't club legends. They are AFL legends. They go
Okay.
past it. So, for instance, Dennis Pagan and Wayne Carey have signed a card together.
So there's only one of these?
There's 50 of each auto.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, Carey and Pagan, it's a captain and coach premiership
Yep.
card.
That's
So,
cool.
Trent Cotchin and Damien Hardwick, but the big one for the Brisbane collectors is the Michael Voss and Lee Matthews
That's pretty
dual auto.
special.
So,
And what Swannies are in there?
sorry,
What Swannies are in there?
what's Swannies?
Yeah.
Dane Swan?
Sydney Swans?
Sydney Swans.
Comedian?
Um,
Who are the 6 clubs that have got the...
the autos
Yeah.
are Brisbane, Carlton, North Melbourne, Richmond, and somebody else who I can get up very quickly.
Obviously not Sydney.
I don't think it is
Not
Sydney.
Geelong.
They're dead to me.
Geelong. Cameron Ling. Yeah, ling-a-ding-ding. Yeah, but look, they are just ripping looking cards, and I guess there's no uproar or anything about them. I mean, yeah,
Well,
I'd
there
like
is.
I'd like Australia Post
How
to get
much
them.
are they?
$150 a box.
What did you see them for last night, Pugs?
$1,000.
Yep, they're not selling at those ridiculous prices of $1,000 per box, but having said that, they are.
They
selling
will.
it. Yeah, look, AFL.
Because you got your sitters, haven't you? The guys that actually buy like cards. Like we bought some back from the States. I was showing you this morning, Rob, like 1982.
Yep.
And stuff like that. Like you will get guys that sit on this stuff.
Yeah.
Not that many.
Really?
There's only 4,330 boxes.
Oh wow.
So it's one of the products that pretty much gets opened.
But would that get go up? Like, let's say out of the 400, let's say 30 people keep them. Will they go up in value each year because?
With AFL collecting, it's a strange market because there is a price spike at the start. There's
At the start?
the dead set FOMO kicks in.
Yeah, like, shit, I missed that.
There's only 35 Michael Voss gold cards. I want a Michael Voss gold card.
Okay.
I pay a dumb amount for it.
What does that then do to the singles market when someone? Because obviously we love opening boxes. That's the reason we play this game.
100%. That's why I keep
cracking 'em
refreshing my Australia Post app.
But the thing with it is, like, let's say there's a Vossi and that's the card everyone wants.
Mm-hmm.
Does that? It's okay. One's been pulled. So there's only 29 left. Does that then increase the value that way? Is that the way that works?
That's where the FOMO kicks in. And like we looked yesterday, and there's one website, and I don't know, they got a lot of stock, and they did about 10, 15 boxes broke on this, and I'm in a couple of group chats, and there's only 49 Voss and Matthews left, 47, 46.
Oh, so they're counting down.
Yeah, and I saw one break last night. This is something that I think Select could. I don't know. Maybe it shows how random it is that they allocate the boxes out, but when people buy 2 boxes and they're getting the same card in both boxes.
Oh, that's not good.
But last night I saw a break where 2 Lee Matthews, Michael Voss autos in 2 boxes.
Oh.
One bloke in the break hits them both.
Oh, no.
How dirty would you be?
How dirty. Mate, I'm PMing the bloke like it's no tomorrow. But I'm sure he had plenty of PMs. But the product itself is brilliant. Select... they cop flack every single time about the releases because this release went on sale Saturday at 5 o'clock, which I give them kudos for that because they used to do them at like 3 o'clock on a Wednesday where your people are at work and a lot of people missed out. So they did it for Saturday at 5 o'clock.
Was it limited? Could you only buy 1, 2, 5?
Two per household. So they even go down to the case of per household. So if they find...
So what we're not going to do, and I'll make this up as I go along as well, we're not going to do that for the free graded card. We'll do it per person.
Yeah, that's
go.
good.
I'll just add that. I like that.
Yep. But yeah, so
someone's recording this.
They go per household, and even to the extent that like later that night, boxes were coming back on the market with selected cancelled orders. But at 5:01, no dice. They're all gone.
Oh, wow.
So
What?
under a minute. I don't. They do the captures. They do everything. I just think that there are a lot of people that want to buy the product. So, and on Saturday, so they have a SCC club, Select Collectors Club.
Yep.
And all those members were able to get 2 boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have up to 1,000 members. I don't know what the actual number is, but it's 1,000 members
There's
is what's
2,000
basically
boxes
limited.
gone.
So they've only got 2,000 boxes going on sale Saturday afternoon. Lots of people talk about bots. I think that those people like to stir.
Yeah, of
Because-
course.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
they didn't get any. So fuck
Yeah,
the
it must be
bots.
the bots. But I didn't get any on Saturday night. I couldn't, but I got my 2 out of my SCC membership. So, as I said, eagerly awaiting those to see. Hopefully, I can pull a Michael Voss auto or something that I can trade for a Michael Voss auto.
Very cool.
But they are.
So
an
if anyone's got
amazing
a
release.
Michael Voss auto,
Yeah.
call me.
Oh,
come
no.
straight to me,
No.
and I'll sell it to him.
Okay. Do you want to know who the Swans are? Because you're
There are
gonna love. No Swans autos, but the Swans players in there.
Yeah.
You've got your Luke Parker
Of course.
and Logan McDonald, which
Yep.
so they try and go with one veteran in the team
And one youngster.
But then they've got club legends are the other 2 cards. So
Oh.
for like
Is he
Brisbane,
there?
who?
Is he there? Is Jared there?
No, Jared McVeigh. He's not a club legend. He's now a coach of a.
He's assistant coach.
Oh no, that's right. Mark's
It's
the
his
coach.
brother,
Yeah, either one. So was that number 7?
Yeah.
Why did you
I
mention
dropped
his
2
name?
then. Oh, I thought he was a card.
Yeah, but why did you mention?
Because
why
I
are you
thought he might have been the
interested in those
card.
ones?
Because that's my
It's his
PC.
PC.
Did you coach them at
Oh,
any stage?
yeah, I did. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. moving
No,
on.
it's
Smart
Michael
ass.
O'Loughlin
Oh, nice.
and the Wiz.
Really?
Yep, the Wiz has a card. Warwick Kappa.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So-
That's amazing.
And that is.
I want the
cool
Kappa
ones.
card. Anyone out there, I'll pay good money for the Kappa card.
So, like the Brisbane Lions have Nigel Lappin,
yeah.
and then the Brisbane Lions have a fantastic one that goes with it, and that's Bernie Quinlan. So from the Fitzroy days.
Oh, wow.
So I
I like how they do that.
like 5 ticks to select for the way they produce it. And the interesting thing this year that I was going to say before is that this release is normally the last release of the year,
Mm-hmm.
but they had some production issues on their Series 2, which I think is just getting finalised now. So I think a fantastic move. Just flip them over.
Yeah.
Get this one out now.
Great
and,
idea.
the interest in AFL cards has never been higher, and as I said, 5 ticks to select for, and
Sure.
even the things that they do to try and stop bots, if it is bots,
Yep.
or these multiple people ordering multiple boxes. They're doing their best. They can, they've got a product. They
Good
sell
on
it
'em.
out. Yeah,
Hey,
so
good
it's
on
stuff.
man. Australia Post, you suck.
Yes,
But
bring
other
me
than
my
that,
boxes, and I know there's a few people in Queensland in the same boat.
Yeah.
Go platinum.
Hobby Hangout, 21st of August. Pugs will be there with us. Rob, you said you're going to be putting your head in there and
I'm
showing your
definitely
face
coming
down
down,
that way.
Flights are booked.
So that means you can actually get a free grade.
I'm going to bring my wife.
There you go.
She's going to get a free.
She get a
cat.
free grade?
My cat.
Yeah.
No,
you
we don't
can't-
do cats.
Hate
cats.
I got proof otherwise,
Okay, fair enough.
haven't we?
Very cool.
Have we?
Yeah, remember the card you graded for me?
Oh yeah.
Was it a
Great.
cat?
Yeah, of my cat.
Moving on. Anyway, Hobby Hangout, really good news, exciting news is that I'm on stage talking with Tyson Beck, which will be really good. I got to have breakfast, Chris and I did with him in Atlantic City, and we've known we've known each other for a while. Like we do a lot of Zoom calls and stuff together, and obviously Tyson was a massive backer of ours when we first launched. And the thing with it is, in person, you know, when you got a vision of what someone looks like or someone is, in person completely different. But he's an amazing dude, and from a graphic brain point of view is amazing. As a businessman, fucking so much more different than what I thought he'd be. Because during breakfast, he told us about the 2 drops he just did.
Oh man.
Hey, first one?
Iverson.
Hey!
What on earth?
First one, that's the second one.
No, the second one
that's the
was
first
Floyd
one.
Mayweather.
Floyd
Yeah.
Mayweather.
Mate, there've been people walking into the local card shop already talking about that.
It's insane.
Mate, it's unbelievable. And the thing is, he was telling us a bit about what happens behind the scenes, and that there's a story around that AI, he didn't know whether he was going to sign, and he had to end up, and he come back to his room and signed all the cards and got paid and all that sort of stuff. And just some of the stuff that he's had to do to get these guys,
Yeah.
to me, makes those cards worth so much more money.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And I also had the pleasure of showing him, we got the Muhammad Ali set. I got that the last Hobby Hangout. We got it graded and showed him the graded cards, and he like, oh, they look really good and they look really sick in the thing. And he goes, what are we going to talk about on stage in Melbourne? I got no fucking idea. And he goes, me either. Well, that'll be fun.
Sounds like about us an
Sounds
hour
like
ago.
a podcast.
Exactly, yeah. But the thing with it is, he's such a good human being.
Yep.
So different to what you would originally think.
You should
From
get him
what
on
he
your
does.
Awesome Humans podcast.
Yeah, I would love to. I'll hook that up
because I know his
it's on
background is
stage.
just ridiculous. You
Bring
know,
a-
and
Bring a
designing
mic and
graphics
everything
at-
down with you and do it in your hotel
We
room.
could do that. We could
Because
do that.
you know he started doing graphics at NBA games, didn't he?
100%.
Yes.
That's where the whole thing
So that's
started.
That's crazy.
He's but as I say, a great human being. He's going to be on stage at Hobby Hangout. I'll be there as well as a sidekick. Just
I think he's
throwing
got
in
a booth
questions.
as well, doesn't he?
He does have a booth, but
That's
the thing
cool.
I got most excited about, this isn't like he didn't tell me this, but I read it on the card drop. He'll also be selling one of the drops, which I believe is the Mayweather, at Hobby Hangout. How long is that fucking line going to be?
Oh. Hey, at least we're there before people are in,
Yes, good point.
setting up and
Point.
stuff. They'll probably be gone before.
Oh, I
even-
reckon 100%.
That's,
But
that is ridiculous.
he's selling some live, and I don't think he knows what's going to hit him at Hobby Hangout
Nah, I don't
because
think so at all.
he is the most humble dude you'll ever meet. And like we're literally, I think
Everyone
everyone's
wants
sitting
to-
there for 3 hours having breakfast. Just
Everyone wants to
chatting.
meet him.
But doesn't realise who he is.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking Tyson Beck.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. And
But he crosses over too. Like we all talk about his drops.
yep,
Go and buy Team Coach.
Oh, 100%.
AFL.
and he's just
Well,
done a
so he's
deal with,
done-
But even
with
like
Team
Project-
Coach. There's Project
70?
Project
Stuff
70.
with tops, like
I have bought so many
Dude's
Project
insane.
70s. It's not funny, the Tyson Beck ones, because his
They're all the
cards
good
are the
ones.
best.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, it was, but it was such a good experience, such a nice human being, and everyone actually gets to meet him live at Hobby Hangout, which I think will be for a lot of people like my Gary V thing that happened at National. I think it'll be in the same element for a lot of people.
And to give him a bit of a plug at the moment too, because we're talking about soccer cards
Yep.
before, he's actually done a series of soccer cards for Tops as well.
that Messi
Ooh.
That Messi is on its once they produce him, is on its way.
is
to
on
Rob.
his way.
Yeah, so and they'll be in the local card shop as well.
Awesome.
So we do, and if people are in the area and want to see some of his work, come in and have a look at it because we've got a few of his cards from Paddy Mills to Tyler Hero.
Excellent.
Yeah, good, cool cards.
Mate, the other thing we did just as a final thing, I need to drop some more names here, is we met with a lot of players, managers and stuff when we were in the US, and and I think I announced this on when we first crossed over to you guys when we were over there, when we had dinner and like drinks and stuff with Josh Kitty, Dyson Daniels, Josh Green, the dude with the mullet, all these guys, and
Dude with the mullet.
they're all just so humble humans, and they don't realise yet. I think because they're so young, they don't
Yeah.
realise who they are yet. Like people just walking up to them and getting selfies and that sort of stuff. And I just a massive shout out to all their management teams who are keeping them a little bit humble. because I think that's a really big part of what this whole thing needs.
Yep, for
Whereas
sure.
then there's others that were just ridiculous to see, like Zion Williamson on the side of the court, massive human being. And then there was like Ja Morant was there and all these other people were there that we didn't go and meet. But the thing is just the fact that you're 30 metres away.
Yep.
But every single person that come over and said, "Oh, can I get a selfie?" No one was knocked back.
Yep.
And I think, to me, all these young kids that are
cool.
coming through now, I think it's something that they should all learn, no matter what you do, whether you're a YouTuber or whether you're or whatever, to actually be that humble, I think is one of the best qualities in life.
Most definitely.
Just be a good human.
That's what it's all about, my friend.
Yep.
As the great Ted Lasso says,
The great Ted Lasso.
be kind.
If I had known I was going
You
to
could
be
have
on
wore
here,
your
I wore
Ted
my
Lasso shirt.
Believe shirt, yeah. But instead I'm repping live golf today.
Live golf.
so
How much grief are we going to get about that at the end of the podcast?
I probably don't know. I did.
Probably none.
I mentioned to Chris last week that I copped a little bit of a spray from an 80-year-old bloke in Coles at Wollongabba. Told me that I was ruining golf. I said, mate, it's not me.
You're ruining golf. Make it rain, CA. My moment is meeting you three always. Haha.
Oh, it's Dave.
Dave, thanks, Dave.
Get old
Big
Dave.
shout out, Dave. Anyway, on that note, Rob, how do you want to leave us? Do you want to give you one last plug?
Hashtag everybody's local card shop.
Love that. Love that.
I like that.
Some big news coming from the local card shop in the next few weeks as well.
Well, we'll get you back on.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Sounds good.
What's your
Protect your cards
protect your
all day, every day.
protect your cards.
Protect those
If
cards
you got
got from the local
booklets,
card shop.
if you got booklets, go get your booklet.
Yeah, that's
One
right.
touches.
I've got one thing for everyone to finish off with. GCtropics.com.
Yes, sir.
GCtropics.com. Go on and register. Let's get some support behind this. And PSG is the major sponsor. So
We're getting wrapped up here.
let's see what we can do. Ruby, the producer, thank you again, Rubes.
Go
and thanks
platinum.
to everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks,
See you
Daddy.
later.
Peace.